Hello, I am back doing an energy reading for the Divine Feminine. If you're new to my channel, I read intuitively. My readings are not gender nor sexuality specific. I read the energies of masculine and feminine. So please take it how it resonates and leave what don't. And again, we're going to get into Divine Feminine energy. I was trying to do something else, but it's like, do a reading. And I haven't done one the way I wanted to because I've been doing other things. But basically, Spirit was like, nah, you need to get into this. What time is it now? It is a Mars hour. Anyway, so once I got really into messages for the Divine Feminine Spirit, please and thank you. What do they need to know? I don't know, just let us know what's up. What's up with the Divine Feminine Energy Spirit? Thank you. Once I was getting into it, I started thinking about that Doja Cat song, Woman. I think the album is Planet Her. I haven't heard any other songs on it, but that song resonated. But the lyrics are, in some cases, can be deemed contradictory. But I feel like that's intentional. We have connection here, Foxglove. This is giving a deceitful connection. I think Foxglove, if I'm not mistaken, is poisonous. But I just feel like Divine Feminine, you have people coming in trying to create connection, community. And it's false. They just want to get with you before you get all the way to the top, or whatever their intentions and motivations are. I feel like intuitively, though, you'll know that but I feel like with this Scorpio moon coming up on Monday, we're in the energy now. It's going to come full circle, but it won't be a surprise to you. What else came out is patience, Trout Lily. That is given, take your time. You're going to see the whole picture, but I also feel like it's going to be counterclockwise in terms of you'll be able to relate it to some past stuff. It's stuff you've been through before, but this is possibly a new level or the last layer. But I'm here like being patient, and with this it'll be just seeing somebody slam their hand down on the desk like it's a hard pause. Like it could be communication, like patience, because communication is coming in. And I feel like the way this communication may come in, it may be a lot of a communication to the point where some may have to decipher. But you won't have to. Because I feel like with this Scorpio full moon energy, you're going to be able to see behind the veil. Some of y'all can do that anyway, just on any given day. But I feel like Divine Feminine energies, whoever identifies with the Divine Feminine, dominant Divine Feminine energy in terms of your gender could be male, but you lead more in your feminine, your goddess energy, empress energy. You'll be able to decipher. Some won't be able to. And we have invigorate with this juniper here. I'm just giving like banished, banish. Again, intuitive. These are different, like, depending on how you're looking at this, you could say this is purple, you could say this is violet. I just feel like what systems, imagery you look at when it comes to the chakras, the third eye and the crown chakra. Sometimes there are 2 shades of purple, or sometimes they are represented by purple interchangeably. The third eye is violet, and the crown chakra is purple. Or it could be the other way around, but I feel like this is going to be I see, I know is what it is. And it may just come from some words. It may just come from some words, but for some, these words, like, you know, they're really going to throw some people off, but some of y'all are very adept at seeing through the bullshit, deciphering the bullshit. Like I said, with this Scorpio full moon, you'll be seeing things behind the veil, especially if you have Scorpio heavy in your chart. Clarify this in the 3D as it relates to this reading for divine feminine energies. Thank you, Spirit. I just got some type of imagery of like somebody trying to latch on, like a mothering. They want you to mother. Divine feminine, but if a certain card comes out, then I'll know that that's very much the case here. Her take it to right to left. It'll be very much the case here if that card comes out. 2 cards popped out. So we have this one. We're taking everything in the upright. And then we have the sun. Like I said, it is some bullshit. They're trying to foster connection. You know, but this snake energy, this is just deceit, honesty, jealousy. But somebody knows you're going to rise to the top. It's like cream of the crop. It's just a matter of time. 7 with this divine number. We have Queen of Clubs, Queen of Wands here. I'm hearing white. I'm getting white snake, but I'm hearing white horse. Do you want to ride? Or ride the white horse? This person could be a cokehead, or they could operate like a cokehead. But there are some trying to like get on board. But I'm also feeling like the slow blade penetrates the shield. That's a Dune reference. Feeling like sci-fi. It's giving otherworldly, but I think that it is the Dune reference and the sci-fi is just giving me outer world, outer limits. Like I feel like the communication is going to be the key. This snake coming in, they're going to say something to let you know their intentions, but it's just given too soon. Like they may say something. I feel like I'm not going to give examples because if you know, you know. They may say something and be like, well, I know you got me, so-and-so, whatever. And they may want you to confirm. And they're going to say it again. And you ain't going to say nothing. And they're going to say it again. And it's just like they want you to confirm, but it's just given too soon. Like that is how you move, like in support. We're just going to cloak it in support. They're going to say something like that. Now, the support they're talking about and the support you give are 2 different things. You know what I mean? Because they're coming from a deceit and they need confirmation, you know what I mean, with the way they're moving. But you're already questioning their energy anyway. Like I said, this will be no surprise to you. But I feel like they're going to say something. They're going to say that. And the thing is, they've said a lot of things before that. The vibration and the tone, you know, the inflection, the enunciation on the words and the whole conversation. And you're going to see like, oh, okay. Yeah, I do support, you know, my people or whatever. However, it has to be in alignment. It has to be this. But the thing is, you're not going to say that. You're just going to know based off of what they're talking about, how they're moving, the intention behind it. No, you're not going to support it. So, no, I don't feel like you're ever going to respond and confirm to what they're saying. in terms of this thinly veiled support, because I just feel like it's just giving breadcrumbing. Like this person could have gave to you at times where they had more, or they were perceived to have more, and it's just really like giving the big payback, because they feel like now you're then raised, you're the cream of the crop, you're in the money, so they feel like the reciprocation is going to be bigger. And it's just like, no, the reciprocation is going to be what it is, if at all, but you're going to look at it with the terms of your intention is all fucked up. You only fucked with me because of this, so there will be no reciprocation. There will be no, because I feel like for those in this energy, you've reciprocated in the sense like maybe took them out for drinks, you know. That doesn't have to be it, but that's just the example. But this person feels like as you done rose to the cream of the crop, it's their time to rise with you, because they're in the vicinity, they're in your energy, they're in your world right now. But invigorate. This is just giving, like I said, banish. With this invigorate, I'm thinking about like when you shake up a soda, and you know the caffeine, the fizz, you feel pressure on the bottle until it's released. I feel like you, Divine Feminine, you shake up your shit a lot. You know, because change gonna come anyway. So if it's gonna be change, let me evaluate, do a full sweep instead of the universe, because it's just like, I'm already tuned in where I'm tuned in, so I don't necessarily need the universe, like I said with this Scorpio full moon, to come push me to, you know, clear all this shit out, knock all this shit down, if that is the case. But I feel like the Scorpio full moon is going to help you see beyond the veil, because they're going to say what they say, wanting you to confirm. And as they're saying it, you'll be able to see like, oh, they thought that's the only reason why they was fucking with me. That's the only reason why they offered friendship, community. We have the sun here. Achievement, joy, luck, warmth, vitality. This is a 7. That's a divine number. And this is faded. You know what I mean? So like I said, it's going to be communication. It may just be words, because communication is a lot of things. There's body communication, there's eye communication, there's energy communication. Like I said, tone, everything. But I just feel like this is a 31 equating to a 4, and we have an Ace of Pentacles here. You're moving up, and they may be stepping backwards, or just never planned on doing nothing for real anyway. You know, used to being taken care of, possibly like princess vibes, but that's not your problem. Like, you know, everybody, I don't want to say has to have a job, but some of y'all feel like everybody has to have a job. In my life, I have a job in there. It's not like you're using them, you know, in terms of what can you give, what you supply, but it's just like, it needs to be reciprocal. So if some of y'all Divine Feminine are feeling like, well, if I show up for you, say financially, you need to show up for me in some type of way. The reciprocation has to be there. And I just feel like I said earlier with this breadcrumbs that they started off with, because at the time it was perceived that they had more than you. It's just like, no, this isn't the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? We want equal or better. Like, don't give me a breadcrumb and you want a whole piece of cake. Is what I'm giving with you rising up, you know what I'm saying, with this communication. And I also feel like this energy is possibly encountering another energy that brings this out in them even more. But that ain't your problem. But like I said, the connection is just, the motivation for the connection will be revealed. Some of this is new stuff coming in your life. Some of this is old stuff coming in your life. This could have been a volunteer opportunity that reached out to you. You know what I mean? Or a connection that you fostered on your own, but your intention was just to connect, talk, you know, create a new tribe of community of friendship, soul tribe. But it's just like their intention was a little bit different. But it ain't personal. You know, they just saw you as the golden goose, the big fish. So we have patience, clarifying by garden, and this is 8 of Swords. This is internal, like in your head, always in my head, in my dreams. Anyway, garden, 20 equating to a 2. It's just giving patience again. Like, it's gonna align. Like, you're in alignment, but your masculine and feminine energy, divine feminine, is gonna align to the point where there's gonna be a clicking in place, a turning of the wheel, you know. But I'm hearing like a turning back, like I said, because when I first read this energy, it's just giving like something is going to be revealed, but it's going to be something you experienced before. It'll be a new layer or a closing out or things of that nature. But like there's something within you is going to click into place. And it was working its way there anyway. But this is socialized visibly, publicly, also online with this Eight of Swords. There could be also for some, this may not resonate with all. Somebody trying to put you on blast. Because when I was talking about reciprocation and I was thinking about that Doja Cat song, it's a verse in there where she's talking about what she can do. She's talking about a man though. Or masculine energy, it seems. I don't know her motivation for the song. But she was saying something like, you can't reciprocate. Some of these people, these energies, these situations, even if they were at the cream of the crop, it's not the same cream. We ain't even in the same creamery. Is what is given. So even if they were there, like they can reciprocate in terms of where it would be equal, where it would be balanced, because the intention is some snake shit. You know, it's some deceit. It's some, you know, but they're showing up as the Queen of Wands. They have the tools, the toolery to create what it is they want when they ain't got to ride nobody else's coattail. But it's just like how you wield it, you know, with their creativity, their generosity, how you wield it, you know, because, you know, it's giving weaponry. You know, and we're not talking about physical weapons, you know, for the most part. But, you know, we could be taking how it resonates. But it's just like how I did a reading on the weapon you wield or something or whatever. Hold on, let me see. No, it was called The Tools. That's what it was. It was called The Tools. And it was a reading on like how people use love, money, support, grace, whatever it is. They're all tools, but it's just like how you wield them. And in some senses, they're not tools. They're feelings, they're vibrations. Can you understand? But this person has the ability with this Queen of Wands energy to create, to manifest easily, to do whatever it is they want, their heart's desires. But they choose to ride coattails. They don't want to do the work. It's hard work. It's just giving princess energy. What about me? You know. And it's just like, well, I would do this for you. But it's just giving barter. And it's never equal. To the point where if they came at you directly, like, oh, I need your help, but I can give you something in return. It's like, well, you don't really have to give me anything. Because what they're offering is like, it's calculated, but it's also it's annoying. It may be, okay, well, let me borrow some money. Let's just use something as simple as that. And it's just like they're paying it back in increments to the point you don't see it like $10 here, $10 there. And it's just like, wait, what? So it's just giving like, fuck out of here. But like I said, the intentions are just not there. But this is going to come together. Hold on. No, child, any fucking way. It's and this is also like, if you have Scorpio in your chart, there will be some stuff coming back around. I won't say that you'll have to reclose it, you know, because you won't. But there'll be some people reaching out. They may send a text and it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You ain't talked to this person in months. But some people like, what you talking about, just to get the conversation going. Swerve on that. But yeah, like I said, maybe somebody try to blast you online. But either way, it's going to be revealed. Or it could be something online that triggers you, you know, this Eight of Swords, but triggers you in the sense of, I knew if I just continued to be patient, I would see that shit. So we have the Ten of Cups here with the ship. Ship equating to 3. 10 of Cups is, you know, full emotional support. Abundance, family, friendship, love, all of that. So it's just like shake the dice and steal the rice. Like I said, I'm just seeing you shaking up a soda. And the pressure, and then it's released. You have no problem with clearing out shit and making room for the new Divine Feminine here. You have no problem. This is distant travel, transportation. It's also giving your reach, because I also feel like some of you are online and have different platforms, whether you have what I've been hearing lately, Substack, YouTube, you know, the social media, whatever it is. I just feel like your reach, your message, distant travel, transportation. This could just be, like I said, your words that are traveling. Your what is it? What is the one? Transmission. The way you transmit energy with your words, whatever, that's traveling too. It's giving like across the seas. And that in turn will foster, garner you new friendships. But I also feel like with this, when you call judgment on this, because like I said, I saw somebody like slamming their hand down. And hopefully ain't none of y'all slamming the head down. When you call judgment on this, like I said earlier, I got banishment. Juniper. Banishment. Juniper berry is used to make gin, if I'm not mistaken. But, no, yeah, it's used to make gin. I relate that to the crown chakra. Anyway. Some of you will be, you know, you're going to show up and show out so hard, and not really show out. It'll just be facts. 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 Like to the point where the transmission is going to get to the people. And it's just like when you call judgment on this, they're like, well, they ain't said nothing wrong. You know, like that is how they are. That's how they showed up with me. Like, you know, very much to the point of banishment where they like, well, I need to move, or I need to foster community somewhere else. You know, like, you know how they say people, you know, especially men, like, instead of getting together, they just go on to another relationship, on to somebody who don't know their lies. That's what this person is going to do. Because there's a mothering here that is needed, but it's just like, what I learned with my mother wounds is you have to mother yourself. Anything else here? Alright. I'm hearing. Close this out. Thank you, Spirit, for Divine Feminine. So this is giving woman, mother, because this could be a friend, this could be a family member, this could be a lover, could be an ex. Somebody trying to get back with you, or somebody that once tried to holler at you. I do feel like somebody had a dream about you, though, Divine Feminine. They could have got a reading on this dream. They could have also always intuitively knew. Like, man, they gonna be a star. It's giving Emperor energy. And they didn't want to be there for the hard times, the ups and downs. They just want to be there for the ups. Or this could be a new energy. What? I asked for one card. Okay. It's just giving, drink the potion. The Kool-Aid. This person came in listening to somebody else. Listening to like somebody like, oh, I met somebody. For those who resonate, like if it's a new person, it's like somebody's like, oh, I met somebody, you know, they seem cool, they'd be a good friend, and this person could have tried to holler at you first, and you're just like, no, we could be friends. It's like they seem cool, they seem this, and then somebody else can be like, girl, what they look like, what they do, girl, they ain't doing nothing but trying to woo woo woo, blah blah blah. But the person they're talking to, like they're really like dead inside. This elixir, this potion, this concoction. But they're still listening to them, and they know they have chaos in their life, but they're still drinking the potion and sending them the fuck off. But this is training, conditioning, programming. Because after a while, it's just like, girl, how you gonna tell me about friendship? I'm the only friend you got. Nobody else fuck with you, woo woo woo. Or I'm the only one that still talk to you. However it resonates. But they're still drinking the Kool-Aid. It's giving kind of like cult vibes. And they could also be speaking about you in a class too. Like, I have this one friend or this one cousin or this one ex. But, this transformation here, and they could have also been trying to get you one-on-one, like over their house or whatever. This is the thing. Just giving like a infection. You see this like egg looking thing and then this like hand looking thing coming out. This person, like I said, needs to tend to the mother wounds. You see this mask here? You see that line there with the mask on? The devoid of sustenance, nourishment, healing, growth. This is giving new life with this clam here, but this over here closed. But this is also new life here, but it's just greenish. And then we have the claws here. It's giving bear energy is possession. Reminds me of bearberry, but this is also a fierce protector when it comes to the feminine energy. I just feel like this being seen through is going to cause this person to go through an immense transformation. And it's giving, it's time. With this Scorpio full moon energy. Yeah, with this Scorpio full moon, because Scorpio is all about transformation, transmuting. Phoenix rising from the ashes. Got two rulers, Mars, Pluto, child. But it's like bravery. This is also bravery to let things go, but this is also bravery on their side, you know. Bravery for you, Divine Feminine, when it comes to invigorating and clearing out all the shit, shaking shit up, just to, you know, evaluate your life. But bravery on their side to get it together. But I'm just hearing they don't have it. They need an anchor. And a lot of people, anchor is their mother. You know, we're talking about Divine Feminine reading. Like I said, the Doja Cat song, there's some of the lyrics where she was talking about be your baby, have your babies or whatever. Check out those lyrics. Like, some people just really want that. They don't have the bravery to go all in and get it together because the mother energy isn't there. They don't know what it is to mother. They haven't seen what it is. They haven't experienced healthy mothering in terms of helping them create seeds. They've just learned to barter. If I give you this, I give you that. Somebody might have been raised that way. Well, if you clean your room, then I'll do this. Where if you do this, then, and it could be stupid shit. Like, if you clean your room, then I'll take you to dance practice. And it's like, hold on, this is dance practice. Yes, I have to clean my room. It could be a lesson in that, but I have a recital. You know, I enjoy dance practice. You told me to sign up for dance practice. Now you're using it against me because I'm what? Being a kid. Like, it was always something had to be given. Ugh. But they don't have the bravery because they don't have the roots. They don't have the mothering foundation to mother themselves. But it's here in the 5D, because some people could be like, that just looks like, you know, the nakedness and all this other stuff. That just looks like they're falling into nothingness. But this is a rebirth. It's just try it out and see. You're mothering in some type of way, but it's just like, sit there and talk it out. Like, you use all your other words for this bullshit. But it's just like talking to yourself, how do I need to be mother? How does nurturing show up for me? How do I nurture? How do I need to be nurtured? Am I comfortable with being nurtured or seeking nurture within myself or nurturing myself? Do I know how to do that? Does it take care of my needs? Am I emotionally fulfilled or emotionally soothed after the nurturing? Child. All right. Okay. Now, what is this closing this out? You see them for who they are with this cat energy. Like I said, it's been a lot of words spoken, a lot of energy. I feel like the words will get them caught up, but the energy, a lot of energy, you know, but I feel like you see right through that. Like I said, the Scorpio full moon will be helping you see beyond the veil. But some of y'all already with Scorpio in your chart, you may see that beyond the veil here and there anyway, especially through meditation. Meditation will help you see this, but it's just like you see it. And then this is a feminine energy too with this cat here. But I feel like the response is not gonna be what they expected, you know, because like I said earlier, it's too soon. Like, even if you do operate like that, when they're like, oh, such and such wanting you to confirm, oh, like, yeah, you know, I got your back or whatever. They don't realize, like, it's too soon. So you may look at them like, hold on, wait, we got back together 5 months ago, or like, I just started talking back to you, or I just started back coming to family functions. Hold on, y'all want me to do what? Clarify this and close it out. Elixir, transformation, bravery, and cat for the divine feminine. Alrighty. Thank you. Are we taking this in the upright? Yes. Bill, this is cattail. All right. This is a fern. You're going to continue to build without them. Because I feel like the thing is, if you just think about this in the sense of like a practical sense, they want to latch on to your coattails because they see you rising to the top. You're the cream, you know, all of that, right? Do you really think I got time to be mothering somebody that really needs to mother their self and focus on their mother wounds in a big way? Do you really think I got time for that? No, I don't got time for that. I don't got kids, and I don't want to, because even if I got kids, it's for my kids. This ain't my kid. You know what I mean? But it's just like, if I'm at the top and I'm coming up on greatness, or however they trying to latch on to you for, do you really think I got time to be carrying you with me? Hell no. You're going to continue to build without them. All right. Thank you. 3333 on the timer. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment.